Hi. So this is the time the festive season is on us with Christmas and New Year. And for all of you who are working in companies which follow the April-March financial year, this is also the time for your brand plan preparation or business plan preparation. So I would like to ask you a simple question concerning your last year's brand plan. Which of these two words would describe your last year's brand plan? Is it simple or simplistic? Now you may ask me what is the difference between the two? They both the words simple and simplistic more or less sound the same. Let me explain. A simple brand plan is one which addresses the problem, which identifies the problem, and has actions to solve the problem. Then what does a simplistic brand plan have? A simplistic brand plan has loads of data, but limited insight. It does not identify the problem. It does not identify uh, the difference between cause and effect. And it has a slew of tactics which do not address the problem, filled with activities, filled with tactics. Now, what are the consequences of a simplistic brand plan? The first major consequence, as you can make out, is that the brand plan does not solve the problem and yet it consumes a lot of resources. And secondly, a simplistic brand plan can also create new problems. Now, why do brand plans become simplistic? So there are certain questions, certain barriers which come, which actually make a brand plan simplistic. And one of the first barriers is that already know everything mindset. There can be nothing new. I know my therapy, I know my customers, I know my brand inside out, I know my market inside out. So what happens is kind of put blinkers or filters, and sometimes we can miss, as they say, the wood for the trees. The second is somewhere in the back of the mind we believe that activities can compensate for a poor strategy. We can't be further from the truth. Good strategy, good activities come from good communication. Good communication arises from good strategy, which addresses your growth levers, right? So, just doing activities and compensating for a poor strategy will not help. The third is a very limited understanding of the marketing planning process. When we look at what do I mean by that? When we look at marketing planning process, normally we see in all brand plans we have various terms. We know what is segmentation, targeting, positioning, growth levers. We all know that. We know SWOT, we know communication, campaign design, everything. But how are they strung together? How is one linked to the other? How is the output of one of the points becoming the input of the other point? That whole interlink process is a something which we might miss out. So as you're preparing your one of your iterations of your brand plan, please remember your brand plan should clearly identify the problem or problems and has actions to tackle those problems. Don't compensate by becoming a Santa Claus carrying a huge sack of activities to please everybody, to please the field, and say that no, there are a lot of goodies in my brand plan, but yes, it may not solve the problem. On that note, thank you for watching, and I wish all of you and your families a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.